it's still going to be okay, but an only hero in a lot of ways. And I think
slipped its way through as the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Surprised about it. Something that Fnatic plays with high priority for both Ice as well as Moon. I guess being mindful of not wanting to come up against this Batrider who can just, fly straight away.
Wow. The Beastmaster gets all the way through to the second phase.
And they've already banned out the Chen, they've banned out the Enchantress, so they don't have to worry about having to go into this Wild Axes build either. You can start to build up to harass against the Ursa, and slight beginning of an outdraft coming here from Boom, being able to slip that one through. And could this be something like a Batrider mid, or could they even be throwing it to Hyde as the support?
In theory, they got a lot of good stuff so far with the draft. No complaints really. I'm now looking at this and being like, is there any world where Fnatic would think of picking a Baden? Are we just going to look at some kind of hard dispel hero to come through? Though
even LC's all right.
Yeah, LC could also be pretty good here. You've got the Oracle as well, so you should be able to guarantee that you never really lose a duel or hand away too much damage. Digging pretty deep into the reserve time here. Really for Fnatic, but certainly can be really nice.
And I feel like both DJ and Ice are perfectly capable for it, but it's not that big. Insane amount of lockdown for all of these illusions.
Like that they've taken kind of a different angle here with the Naga, right? There's already a lot represented. There's like, okay, you want the spells because you're playing against our Batrider and our Beastmaster, but also we're looking at your lineup and we don't see a whole lot of AoE just yet. We're not seeing a Pango, we're not seeing a Leshrac, anything like this. So they throw the Naga in the works, and Fnatic do fire back with the Storm Spirit. Seems like a decent response here, all things considered. There's not the craziest amount of lockdown, and it does give you some pretty crucial AoE they need.
Absolutely. I think it works perfectly fine. A little surprising because Fnatic do tend to give
10 seconds
last hero a lot of the time, but let's go around. They're going to leave that last bands to come through. You would think that it's the boot for Photo that has got left here, so some potential for some counter picks. I mean, Ember Spirit still worked his way all the way through this draft, but probably not the strongest against the Ursa, or even the Storm Spirit. It's not fantastic.
Yeah. Tidehunter is the ban. I have not seen that hero look good at all. Please, Ice Frog, if you are listening, give my Watermelon Man some buffs in the next patch, because I think he needs some help.
10 seconds remaining.
Or C for him. It like just reduces ultimate cooldown, or just something a little more exciting maybe with the Kraken Shell.
Yeah, I could definitely see them going the route of changing what is ostensibly, well, it's a boring passive, but I feel like it's also an important part of Tidehunter, right? Not even so much the damage block, but the dispel portion of Kraken Shell. So maybe they do something and keep the dispel part, take away some of the damage block, and then give it something new and kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what that would be, but It does feel like he needs something. He's just kind of out of the meta. And I don't... Maybe they are just going to try and shift the meta a lot in the next patch. We are expecting all the general changes and economy changes. So maybe it's just a problem of, hey, it's not a good patch for long cooldown ultis and like big teams.
As a secondary. So I'm thinking maybe something like throw Ice on the Bounty Hunter and maybe go a DJ Tiny to kind of round this out. If you get a Blink Initiation in, you can get that crucial early lockdown that you need to get the burst on to the Nagasara. No, honestly, any of their heroes is going to turn the team fight much more strongly in the favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, I really want to see Ice on the Bounty Hunter here, and then hopefully see DJ on like Earth Spirit or the Tiny that you're talking about, one of these heroes that can provide the initiation. They're a little tanky, they can roam.
Ember Spirit.
But Ember is going to be the grab here for Fnatic. So what are they doing now? I feel like it kind of, I guess it could be Ember position 4, but
yeah, DJ plays it.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's good here?
Not as good as, you know, some of those other teamfight initiators that we would think. Tiny, not even so much just for that initial, you know, Avatos combo, even just for the toss, right? To get someone out of position to make sure that Ursa doesn't need to use all of his movement abilities at the very start of the teamfight. I feel like you're going to need them as an absolute necessity if you're going to try and win this. But I suppose Ember gives an okay amount of lockdown with the Searing Chains.
I'm just worried about how much Fnatic are going to be able to do in those crucial early stages of the game. Because at the moment it looks like Beastmaster's going to have a pretty good time, guaranteed. And a Beastmaster with a good start just seems to really take over the game to a pretty ridiculous extent. I mean, Fnatic maybe they're going to have some fighting potential ready to go with the Storm and the Ember and maybe even the Ursa a little bit if he isn't playing too greedily, but I'm just kind of picturing the Beastmaster taking all of the tier 1 towers before 15 or so, and just there being no response from Fnatic, because their lineup is not equipped to trade buildings at all either, right? They do not have a fast pushing hero at all, and boom, gonna wrap this up with a silencer, more team fight, more annoying laning, and could this even just be... Is this a core silencer coming in, or are we just
I feel like it's a mid silencer.
Yeah, I kind of like
execute well, right? So you can win the draft all you want. I feel like the other day, Boom outdraft. Their players to play this is that DJ is going the bounty hunter. So I know we were feeling a little bit more strong with Ice playing it in the lane, but now that you've got this silencer, you're just going to win the mid lane 99% of the time unless you're harassed. And I don't feel like Ember Spirit is the one that would be you'd be getting your time's worth if you were making that rotation. Whereas with the bounty hunter, it feels a lot more viable.
Yeah, looking at it now, I also feel like they kind of need this. Oh, all right. We kind of need this core Ember this game to be able to get the levels and like get the points up in the Flame Guard and kind of be able to deal with the Naga Siren illusions, at least initially. I feel like later on that responsibility is kind of going to fall to the Storm Spirit a little bit more, but I think the worry for Ember is always that you're just not really ever getting into the Flame Guard all that much. It's often just pumping up the slight chains. So I don't mind this adjustment. We'll have to see what DJ is able to accomplish in the early game as the position for Bounty Hunter. Maybe this silencer pick is actually going to be a really big boon for him because it is, like you were just saying, a very gankable hero on the mid lane. So could maybe get some timely rotations over there.
I mean, Makoto's such a strong mid laner, so that, of course, Moon is as well, but if he doesn't come out with a pretty convincing victory here with the silencer, that's a big win for Fnatic.
Yeah, do you feel like this pick is mostly for the lane, or are we also looking at kind of Boom thinking about this in a game-oriented sense as well?
Well, I feel like with their style of drafts, you need to have that strong early game to be able to transition to taking towers, because they do have that potential, right? They've got the Beastmaster, they're going to be able to leave FBZ on his own. Right, he's getting harassed up a little bit, but he'll be fine. And yeah, I think you need to create that extra little bit of space for Dreamer Cell, because of course a Naga Siren, as the game progresses on, is just going to become a different beast altogether.
Yeah, do you feel like Naga late game here is just going to be the be-all end-all, or is there also, does he have Storm to contend with? I guess it's Storm to contend with, but there's also like a Roar and the Silence and all this other stuff, so...
Yeah, I feel like Naga's going to reach this critical mass, and then you're going to have about a 5-10 minute window where you need to end the game, because if the Storm Spirit's able to get up to, level 25, for example, then you do have that comeback potential in hand, and if you're getting to that point, you might even be able to afford a Hex or something along those lines.
Yep. Lane bottom is pretty pushed up, so ISSI's can be pretty happy with that. I think DJ might just go dodge this experience for the time being and try and give the Ember a couple more levels, at least initially. It does seem like that's the plan for now. Seemed like he was also tossing up going over to block the small camp, but for now seems content to just hang around in the lane. Moon dropping pretty low at mid, and looks like he should be okay. Doesn't need to even pop the Fairy Fire, but starting to see a little bit of how this mid lane is going to look for the Storm.
Yeah, I mean, instantly, as soon as Makoto hit level 3, he was like, right, harass time. And there wasn't too much that Moon could do about it. He's forced to go back to the jungle already at 2 minutes in.
At least he is a Storm. He can always kind of jungle up, and that's the one difference between them, is that...
Oh, look at DJ. He's been able to...
Oh, he found them! He's done it! He's got one. Unfortunately, the other one's going to get away, it looks like, but... He borrowed his way all the way in there just to get the one courier snipe.
Got him. Yeah. I mean, he got the value one too. It's Dreamer Cells.
Yeah, very nice. That's cute. Still just trying to zone out Ice a little bit up here. Hyde looking for a quick stack. I don't think he can get both. He's trying, but... Oh, he misses. Okay, because he tried to get both, he gets neither. So... There you go. That's life sometimes. Just a lot of jungling from Moon. No early point in the Vortex or anything. You can really look at his skill build and just see that he is not on playing the lane really all that much. I don't even know how much he's planning on playing the early to mid game. He really needs to have his sights set on sort of the later stages and being equipped to deal with the Naga Siren further down the line. So I think this is a decent approach. Ice is Dragon Waves, but Kescute's on, and that's 6 stacks. Alright, gonna go for the TP out now, but still tanks a bunch of damage. And what is DJ up to? He's got level 2, just chilling out in the river near the top rune.
Yeah, that's something Fnatic does really well, is secure the rune for their cores, but obviously Boom, they've done their homework too. That Moon isn't going to be able to refill that bottle, and Mikoto, we can see an early experience lead starting to go his way.
Yeah, he is slightly ahead. Does seem like Moon going to bring it back a little bit with these 2 range creeps under the tower, but yeah, it's doing quite well. 19-7 against the 27-3, but not necessarily super representative. Moon has been jungling quite a bit, and if he's gotten, cleared any golems or any little satyrs, then a little bit inflated. Mikoto getting harassed out here. DJ with a little bit of body blocking going on with the illusions. It's a cute play, but overall, I don't think it to be all that big a deal. End of the
Moon's
day.
been doing real well as well. Ice. He's getting dived a little bit here, but he should be okay.
Do you feel like there's... Do you want to see a point in the ensnare here for Dreamcell? Or do you just go full greed? 5 minutes coming up. 23 Savage taking quite a bit of damage here. Needs to be careful. FBZ still chasing. They are getting a little bit of a turnaround. Beastmaster's still pretty tanky, and Hyde just going to keep on fighting. Does have a salve, but just going to get nuked down, and that's your first blood. 23 Savage with the Grand Theft Bounty Rune. Needs to be careful not to get finished off here by the Witch Doctor, who does seem like he's going to get run down. He's got some stick charges. Actually, they end up losing Kescute elsewhere, and that's 3 dead across the map for Fnatic. I don't know what happened to the Batrider at mid, but he is dead.
Yeah, Ice venturing towards there, not even securing anything like a power rune just yet, so nicely done by Fnatic. The out execution is starting to come into play, and I mean, have we mentioned the fact that it's Hyde playing the Witch Doctor and it's Kescute on the Batrider? Something a little bit different for them, the position 5 bat. I know typically you would just switch around the laning stage that you wanted, right? Just try and toss the Naga Siren in with the Witch Doctor up on the top side, make sure that purge coming through from the Fortune's End isn't really going to be doing anything, but they opted to change their heroes entirely. Yeah,
I guess maybe just like a comfort thing. I do think there are fairly significant differences between playing... Yeah, getting gone on a little bit here. They do have a silence. They do have that point in the pull. Moon going to keep on going for this. Mikoto almost dead, going to keep on fighting. Can they at least get the turnaround kill? Does seem like Kescute's going to grab it. DJ looking for a little more. That regen rune actually getting popped at the end, unfortunately.
in the grave.
Yeah. But alright, so a bit of a trade at mid laner for mid laner going down. We did also have a TP coming in from Jabs. But going back to your point that you were talking about earlier, I think there's just maybe there's something to be said about your lane synergy as well. Kind of keeping people together in terms of familiarity that way. So I don't think this is too bad. Witch Doctor doesn't scale ridiculously with farm necessarily, but could also end up being that they are just going to try and give the farm priority to the Batrider and get a Blink Dagger going. Regardless, 23 Savage making it go on FPZ, and that is going to be a quick kill. Hyde, can he find the turnaround? Seems like he should be able to. The boar still helping out. Doesn't end up being too bad of a trade in the end for Boom, but still trailing on the kill score currently.
It's pretty evident the way that Boom have gone about this. I know the laning stage obviously not going in their favor, but this is a Dreamcell hard carry game. You've got this stack that's actually been scouted out by Moon. Really great presence of mind to get this here. He'll even see the one up on the dry camp area if he continues to explore up here. So that's going to slow down this Naga a fair amount.
Yeah, this is really nice. Finds they get a Royal Jelly, so I'm going to be very happy with that. Now, Hyde just getting gone on. Does seem like he might just be a free kill. Makoto's running over to try and help, but too little too late. And yeah, Moon now scouting out these couple little stacks here. Dire Scan revealing the position of the... Oh, they've got the Roar. Yeah, tried the TP out, but doesn't seem like he's going to escape here, and that will be our first +2 for Mikoto.
Okay. I'd say that's still a pretty strong win for Moon. You know, you force FBZ now to rotate through here because you can't let that Storm Spirit have even 10 seconds of time to try and clear out what you're hoping to grab for your team. Well, it was a roar expended as well, so maybe we'll start to see some pressure start to come out from Fnatic's side.
We've got the little lane swap happening for the carries. 23 Savage comes down bottom, takes a few swipes at Dreamacell. He decides that he's had enough of that lane, comes up top. So it does seem like we're going to have a little bit of a tower trade going on. And honestly, tower trade seems fine for Fnatic. Like I said, I didn't really feel super confident about their ability. Oh, decent stuns on Ice. Global also going to get popped. He TP'd up here to try and hold on to the tower a little longer. It seems like he might just be dead. Jumps to bottom. Maledict's still getting absorbed by the Flame Guard, and they do actually take down the Batrider at bottom at the same time, so maybe not that bad of a TP coming through, and that just ends up being a trade. But like I was about to say, trade seems fine for Fnatic.
Yeah, they'd be totally fine with this. They haven't popped the glyph just yet on Boom's side, so hopefully they can protect their tower for their sake.
Radiant's courier
Wanting to maintain some form of map control, and I mean that's the thing with the position 5 Batrider, right? He's got the Tranquil Boots and a couple of branches and some support items as well, but typically you shouldn't be able to just get outrun by a Ursa Warrior when you've got that Global Silence up and the Firefly pop too.
Yeah. 23 Savage is having to sort of change up his build a little bit here. He's got the BKB queued up before the Battle Fury, so open as an option. Yeah, DJ looking very dead currently. Just gonna lock him down with the Centaur Stomp. This is a 4-man kill, bringing him down. Didn't quite have the level 6 just yet. Got some good levels mid, while Moon has just been kind of heading through the jungle and working on his Kaya. But Dreamacell still that #1 on the net worth and just working on the Manta currently.
Savage and Dreamacell farming the same Ancient camp.
Yep, everybody wants the Ancients. They're a very limited an almost extinct commodity at this point. FBZ with another roar that he's looking to use. They come down, they spotted Ice. There's the roar, still pretty tanky. He is on the Agi, treads, getting knocked back. Chain stun still going. He's gonna get saved here by Jab's hide. Almost brought down Moon. Gotta be careful with these silences. Makoto still stacking it up on him. Dreamacell running over. Perhaps. No, Moon's still just juking. Makoto gonna walk right past and keep on going on the other side of the fight where they bring down Jabs. 23 Savage hops back in. He pops the ultimate, but he immediately gets netted down. Dreamacell just gonna keep on going on, and they managed to grab the real one. Dreamacell now getting chased. 23 Savage finding the turnaround. Where's the help? Makoto and Kezcute went chasing after DJ, it looks like. And that does mean that 23 Savage is going to be just fine. The Global Silence finally coming out. But who's it actually for? They will bring down the Storm finally. Moon finally chased. But Kezcute will end up losing his life, and 23 Savage survives. Might even be able to grab this Centaur. Alright, not quite able to grab it.
Should be able to grab a hide though.
Yeah, it's going to be another little track kill. Some nice gold coming the way of Fnatic here. If they can just finish it off. Yes, they can. Makoto putting good damage onto Ice. Who does seem like he's just completely dead. Yeah, killing spree.
Fight's still going. They found DJ again, but no detection.
Okay, all right. That's the end of that. So where did that even start? Hyde died. Kezcute got a ward. Dreamacell kills Jabs, Moon kills FBZ, 23 Savage kills... So I guess that's what dragged them away, was Moon going back in onto FBZ. And then 23 Savage kills Dreamacell, everyone kills Moon, Ice kills Kezcute, Ice kills Hyde, and at the very end, Makoto kills Ice. So... just a completely ridiculous team fight, and now all of a sudden we're up to 19 kills in 12 minutes.
It feels like a game of Cluedo, you know, like everyone's got a different target.
Yeah. Who killed who? I don't even know what the final tally was, but right now Fnatic holding on to a little bit of a net worth lead, a little bit of an experience lead, but both of them seemingly taking a bit of an uptick. And it does even seem like it might have been like a 4-for-4 or something at the end of the day.
It was a 4-for-3 in Fnatic's favor, so they were able to grab it. And Ice did the lion's share of the damage coming through. Of course, with all those kills, that Urn of Shadows is going to be popping off.
Yeah, he's actually doing really well for himself so far. Did opt for the Flame Guard absorption, so really difficult for Boom's team to really get rid of this game, and that means he's just going to be up in their faces. And I think it has to be said that Fnatic have gotten insanely lucky with their tier 1 neutral items. The Storm has a Jelly and an Arcane Ring, and the Ember's got a Faded Brooch as well.
He even had an Arcane Rune in the middle of that team fight, so
yeah.
Getting some luck here in Fnatic, and luck tends to find them, that's for sure.
And they're able to just keep on playing on Boom's side of the map. FBZ not able to really start making these plays on the mid tier 1 or the bottom tier 1, since things are really just getting held onto over here. Does seem like Jabs might be brought down, does get caught up by the lasso. Death Ward gets popped, and that will just be a fast kill. But Fnatic, I think they're totally fine with continuing to just play down here. Moon, this is a pretty long TP. Centaur stop. I don't know where he was going, but it wasn't a 3-second, and he is going to get caught out. Brought down.
Masterpiece.
Unfortunate. I mean, given all the space that you've been able to create with this early game, I thought, well, they popped a lot just to kill this position 5 Oracle, but to be able to get both the Storm Spirit and your hard support, it'd be a win for Boom, and slowly starting to build into a stronger and stronger style. Is gonna maybe have the... about to say, wouldn't actually be able to get the Manta style recipe delivered. He had a full backpack, but edging closer and closer to that ultimate orb, only 800 gold away, and that's when this pressure is really going to start pushing out onto the Fnatic lanes. They can't take those heavy team fights because you're just going to lose a lot more map control during the case.
So are we thinking Diffusal next for the Naga, or are we going the like just full tank up your illusions build? I have seen like Manta straight into Scotty as a thing.
I don't mind the Diffusal, right? Because they've got a decent amount of lockdown with the Batrider, of course, with the Roar, and the silence coming through from the silence. So not even just the global, but just the last word, right? You can often proc that off against some of these more elusive Fnatic heroes and catch them out.
Ooh, 23 Savage getting gone on. Is going to pop the Enrage pretty much immediately. Doesn't want to tank the silence. And gonna look for the TP out here. Looks like he should be okay. And now Fnatic actually making a rotation down here, looking for a little bit of a fight perhaps. DJ gonna go scouting on the front lines, throws out his first track, is gonna get dusted. Can they get any kind of a turnaround on him? They're sending the Centaur forward, but FBZ ready with the Roar. Can they get the jump onto Moon? Jumps backwards as the global comes out. Nicely done. Fnatic looking to kite this fight. Can they keep Ice locked down? That's got to be the question. They've got the lasso onto the Oracle, so he can't go for the save. Jabs in danger. The right clicks from Makoto. It's already a double kill. They get the 1 second stun and now make it a triple. Silencer cleaning house, now up to 14 stolen intelligence, and just not Fnatic's fight to take at the end of the day.
Yeah, +6 that team fight from Makoto, and he's more than happy to grab it as well. You just think about the scalability of all of these heroes during the team fights. Of course, you've always got the track on Fnatic's side, but if you're not getting the kills, it's not doing all that much for you.
Yeah, and I would feel less bad about that if it wasn't also the Storm Spirit dying. They are making a lot of room for Savage to farm, and he has been able to get to his full Battle Fury without being pressured into the BKB or anything, so his game is looking good, but I'm starting to wonder a little bit about the ability of the Ursa to maybe carry out this game. We'll just have to see. Fnatic looking to make a play into the Roshan pit. There is a Naga illusion over here scouting, and does seem like they're going to get pushed back pretty quickly. Just hoping to see what was going on, maybe force some rotations if possible.
Nice game sense from Dreamer Cell, and well, called it out. The Skadi is the next thing for him, just wanting a bit more of that sustain, be a bit more of that hyper carry, and saying, well, I'm probably be able to get there a little bit faster than you, Savage, but if he gets caught out by this gank that's roaming through Hyde, he's going to be around to pop the smoke.
Yep, jump in. Hyde going to be the immediate target. Dreamer Cell not even thinking about popping the song to try and save him, just knows that he's dead. I do like the Scotty here because I feel like his illusions are going to do a lot if they just survive. And you know that Ice is 100% going to get the Flame Guard DPS and just like run at your illusion stack every single fight, especially with his BKB. So I like the idea here of just, all right, let's just get the Scotty, let's kite the Ursa around a little bit, let's keep my illusions alive through the fight. I go from there.
Oh, that's a little bit of a yikes on Fnatic. Both DJ and Ice have the urn. Which,
oh, interesting.
Is never good.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising. Maybe not the best communication there between the two of them. I have to imagine that Ice got it first, right?
Yeah.
feel like he's had it for quite some time, but DJ maybe just autopiloting to it a little bit. Is there that much incentive to get a vessel this game? Really? Not really, right?
I mean, we've seen that ISSI has been able to do a ton of damage just with an urn, right? And, you know, it's got some decent stats as well. The mana regen allows you to just stay out on the map for that little bit longer. He's going into the BKB next, so it's clear that he wants to be team fighting fairly frequently.
It does seem like Fnatic are just going for a big kind of multi-BKB timing. I don't know if they're feeling pressured by the Naga Siren continuing to find good farm. I guess realistically they're going to just have to get BKBs at some point this game, and maybe they can use the BKBs to win a fight, and then they can secure the Roche or something, and then continue their plan from there. You know, as we say that, 23 Savage is already back in the pit, back up to his old tricks, and
well, they're not even waiting for those BKBs either to go for the Roche. They're like, well, you've used a bunch of ultimates just to kill us previously. Let's try and make something happen now. 25 seconds on the global. And you'd feel that Makoto's just trying to perhaps finish up this ancient camp. It's reached the 17-minute mark, so having that extra tier 2 item might be the difference.
Scanned it out. Man,
clumsy net. That's pretty handy.
That is pretty useful. Man, the spray looks so strange on the Roshan cliff. Yeah. Oh, well, ISSI, say farewell, my friend. That is so much damage coming through from Makoto. Give him your +2. He goes right back to farming. Just not a place that he could really be. DJ checking things out. Kez queued. He's got the blink queued up, but it does seem like it's a little bit far away currently.
Dire's structures are fortified.
In general, Boom seems to just be going for tools to kind of kite the Ursa around. Like the Beastmaster is going for a Force Staff. The Silencer already has a Force Staff, and even beyond that, FBZ has the Halberd queued up next after the Force Staff. So I think he's identifying that his role in this game is really just, you know, kite around the Ursa. Even Force Staffs feel kind of useful kiting around Storm Spirit, right? He's going to jump in and pull somebody. If you double force someone back towards your team, Moon does not want to invest that much mana. Actually going for the kill on Kescute here. Really nicely done. It's good damage. Has used a lot of mana though. Can he get out of here? Jumps up on top of the cliff. There's a ward there, my friend, and he's going to be very dead. That's another +2 for Makoto.
That's the kill for Makoto, and yeah, this Moon Storm Spirit, despite having a great early game against that Silencer in mid, has just coughed away some of his lead. And we talked about that snowball potential, 18 permanent agi, and those BKB timings by Fnatic are going to perhaps even be negated by this one coming out in the next 400 gold from Boom. Taking this tier 1 tower too, they're going to open up the Roshan potential for themselves.
Dire's middle tower
not really feeling like I'm not really feeling like Fnatic have made amazing use of taking first pick here, right? And having the responses to more heroes overall. The last pick of the Silencer has really turned out to be pretty backbreaking. Moon is not having a very fun time. Up top, net onto Ice Sight. This is big damage. Dream Soul with the solo kill. All right. That is not what you want to see if you are a Fnatic fan in this spot. And now the net worth lead. We've just been moving up and up and up all the time. Experience, net worth, everything going Boom's way currently. And even the win probability swinging up pretty heavily. They find DJ down bot with a dust.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
Big zip in from Moon, trying to help out. Gotta be careful, the global is available. Here we go, and the roar. Trouble for Moon, trouble for DJ, trouble for Fnatic. 3 of them dead across the map. And Hyde even picking up the double for himself there.
Misplay there coming again from Moon. He just jumped in right on top of the bounty hunter who was getting gone on, and that cask secured the kill.
Yeah, I feel like Moon is getting a little antsy, or maybe Fnatic have decided the way that they seem to be going about this is, okay, 23 Savage, we just want you to go and like AFK hard farm as much as you can and try and be kind of our 1v5 hero this game, and we're just going to make space on everybody else. But I don't know if that's really going to work for them against the Naga Siren and against the kind of lineup that Boom have, as they go in, They secure the Roche. They've got the Aegis on the Silencer.
Dire's bottom tower
And game just
has
starting to
been
look better and
denied.
better for them all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they're going for the same strategy, but they're executing it better, right? Even just realizing, look, Argasara is probably not going to die. It's already got the Manta Star, level 16, Ultimate Orb, and to the Skadi, 1,200 or so gold away, so only needing to give the Aegis over to Mikoto, who's going to be playing in a lot more of this aggressive role on the front lines. And
Dire's
got
top
this
tower
siege creep.
is under attack.
Yeah, they're
Radiant's
just going to keep the
middle
pressure
tower
up
is under
top.
attack.
And what are Fnatic doing in the
Radiant
meantime?
structures are
23 Savage
fortified.
trying to put some pressure on the mid tower, but the glyph comes out. And now the TP coming top. Maybe they'll be able to get the deny. Savage cleaning this up pretty quickly,
Dire's
but
top tower
Catapult
has
does
fallen.
finish it off. And Boom just retreating as a unit. Jab's coming down here, trying to get a little bit of a D ward going on this high ground, but it's already, that ward's already timed out. Just wanting to make sure that whoever plays down here is that little bit safer.
Mikoto comes down, he's looking to accelerate his own farm, going into the Dragon Lance afterwards, of course, good combination with his 4-star that he's got there, and just looking to provide himself with a little bit more beef so he can stand in the middle of these team fights and start to use that permanent agi that he's stolen. Sorry, permanent intelligence.
Yeah. He did opt for the
Radiant
+2 int steal as well, so if he finds anybody in these upcoming fights, they are not going to be very happy. And for Fnatic, I feel like the only real timing that they have anytime soon is just about to be up. They've got a BKB on the Ember, they've got a BKB on the Ursa, and they're 400 gold away from a BKB on this Storm Spirit. Maybe they can wait out the Aegis after that. That would just be another 3 minutes, but well, BKB is not enough to win a fight, and I don't know what is.
Yeah. 3 minutes is a very long time, especially now that Dreamer Cell, he's got his Skadi, and you can see he's posturing himself to take a lot more aggressive farm now, and potentially even link up and go for ganks.
Yeah, and he's looking at, like, his overall GPM for the whole game has been 600 so far, so he's got to be looking at, like,
Dire's bottom
his
tower is
instantaneous
under attack.
GPM currently is probably around, like, 800, so you give him 3 minutes to farm, and he's going to start getting close to another item. Which is very worrying if you're
Dire's structures
Fnatic.
are fortified.
do lose Makoto's courier. DJ's over here playing on the enemy side of the map.
Dire's bottom
Fnatic
tower
are still
is under
finding
attack.
some scraps of farm here and there, and making sure that this lead doesn't grow too much, as
Dire's
Boom are kind of
middle tower
5-manning a
is
little bit
under
and taking
attack.
out some objectives, but
Radiant's top tower
they are
is
not in
under
a position to
attack.
fight, and Kezcute smoked up, looking to
Dire's
find
middle
some kind of a
tower
grab.
has fallen.
I don't know if he has eyes on anybody, but he's just about to head up this cliff and spot out Ice. Are they going to go for it? His blink
Dire's
is being
bottom
canceled for now.
tower is
Knocks him
under
back
attack.
nicely. Can't quite get the
last
lasso off. They force staff him forward. Not going to be forced to use the global to secure that kill. Very nice for Boom. And
Radiant's top tower is under
heck,
attack.
they could just go high ground if they wanted to. Their Jabs is pinging. He wants some teammates back here to
Dire's bottom
defend.
tower is under
Glyph
attack.
was already expended. I thought, well, if they didn't go for that kill, they might have just been able to
Radiant's
secure all
middle
the outer
tower
towers,
is
but
under
why
attack.
not? You've got this lineup that has the capability of pushing forward. Makoto, he's still got the Aegis for a
Dire's
minute
middle
20,
tower
and Dreamer
has
Cell,
fallen.
he's not going to die either.
Yeah, they're raxing him. 25 minutes in. All right, zip through from Moon. A little bit of pressure, but what is it really going to do? Makoto's still got this Aegis for another minute and 10
Dire's middle
seconds, so he
tower
really doesn't
has fallen.
care. DJ just getting stacked up. Silencer getting bigger and bigger brains. It was a big brain pick. There's some big brain plays happening, and it
Dire's
seems like
middle
Boom
barracks
might just be
has
walking
fallen.
away with his first game here in the lower bracket final.
Yeah, they're making rotations towards the top side. I think they could still just easily take this tier 2 tower bottom, just to make sure that you've got a little bit less of that mobility around, you're a little bit more scared about farming your own ancient camp, and time just to secure the bounties for now.
Definitely a good time for them to just hold on to the tri-camp if they want, right? Don't surrender this area. Fnatic are going to try and move out into the Dire jungle and maybe go push out top a little bit. But all it's going to take is another smoke from Boom with another Blink Lasso. They've already got ready to go. As I say that,
Dire's
Kezcute's
bottom
already on the
tower is
ball.
under attack.
He's smoked up. But it does seem like they're just going to go for the push at bottom. And like we said before, Fnatic do not have very good building pushers themselves. So we'll see if they can even find any kind of a trade on the map. There's even a Radiant Glyph. So if they wanted to try and make some kind of a play, on mid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They just gone though. I appreciate the play that they were trying to make their own boom. They just used the Naga illusions to keep it pushed forward while they stood back in, you know, using the nighttime to their advantage. And if someone did come and defend, they probably would have gone for that pickoff.
Ooh, they've got the Hawk vision. Here comes the lasso. Global gonna get popped as well, so no counter initiation. Can't save him. He does get the BKB off, but it's straight into the roar. Beautifully timed from FBC. Jabs was trying to help out. Moon gonna go for hide first. Wants to bring down the Witch Doctor. He's pretty tanky. Uses his Force Staff to try and survive. Dream of Cells already found his first target. That is the Oracle. 23 Savage popping the BKB. Going for Makoto. The song's gonna get popped, and they bring down Fuzzy Wuzzy. Trouble for Moon now is I think he was trying to TP out. It's being interrupted. He goes for the zip to the side. Instead, they're just gonna go for DJ, netting him down, and here comes the illusion damage.
They call it.
Big trouble. Moon, Fnatic, they've had enough. GG called. 26 minutes in the books here for the first game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Alam mo papa, nung tayo'y mga bata pa, nagtatampisaw sa ulan, habang ako'y dahan-dahan nahuhulog sa'yo.
5
We back.
seconds
We game.
remaining.
Fnatic chose
turn to
Red
ban.
Radiant.
Okay. And Boom had selection, right?
Yes.
Ten seconds remaining.
All right, everybody,
Radiant
welcome back
team
to some more
back.
BTS Pro Series action. We are here in the lower bracket finals for SEA. We've got Boom
Fnatic
Esports
turn
currently
to
leading
ban.
1-0 up against Fnatic. It was a very convincing draft game number 1. It was a nice fast win, 26 minutes.
Radiant team
Boom wrapped
back.
it up, and we'll just have to see what's different. So far, looking very similar in game number 2.
Looking pretty similar. I feel like Fnatic, they
Fnatic's turn to ban.
that's not really been a staple. That's much more a PNC style of same sort of thing. Venomancer, it's not like their number 1 priority. You're always probably be able to ban it out in that second phase, but
Yeah.
Still get rid of it
10
now.
seconds remaining.
That Bat Rider and the Beastmaster, they made sure to punish them for
5 seconds remaining.
revealed that silencer last pick, and again,
Radiant
it's
team
essentially
back.
the exact same setup last game. Boomer Radiant with second pick, and Fnatic or Dire with first.
Yeah, so this time around it was Boom having selection priority, so they opted for Radiant over anything else, and Fnatic say, okay, we're quite happy to just take first pick again. It does seem like Boom might be one of the teams that's
Fnatic's turn
maybe
to
prefers
ban.
second pick a little bit, though still going to take Radiant when given the opportunity. So right now,
Exact same bands, but
Except
Beastmaster
Beastmaster.
instead of Mirana.
yeah, so I'm okay with this. Look, I just think you can't give away a second phase Beastmaster, even if you're thinking to yourselves like, you know, maybe Fnatic are looking
10
at that and
seconds
just saying,
remaining.
hey, everything was fine up until the silencer pick, right?
5
Because the
seconds
silencer
remaining.
pick dumpstered all 3 of their cores, and it basically removed their Oracle from the game. And you can't be second guessing yourself at every turn when you're playing up against Geek Fam. So Fnatic taking their time for a second now. So I guess considering their options and deciding if the Oracle is really what they want to go for, if they want something that's maybe a little bit stronger in the lane, then they do have to answer the question of like, all right, well then how are we going to deal with the potential for like a core Bat Rider or something like that? And they come back with a Quap instead. So it's more active, it's more aggressive, but it is a hero that in a desperate situation, they could throw into a lane against the Bat if necessary.
I think it's totally fine. You want to get a bit more on the front foot rather than just be constantly counter-picking against a lot of what Boom are trying to do. You know, now that makes them consider, right, what are we going to do to deal with this quick campaign, and where exactly is it going to lane? Whereas an Oracle, you know exactly why it was picked by Fnatic.
Yeah. We're keeping the draft a little bit more open-ended here. They might also be trying to float the idea, like, there's still this possibility of, okay, if we need to, Quap can go safe lane, maybe Ursa can go mid, or that we can always move the Quap to position 4 if they spend too much time dealing with it. So, I like this. Ember comes out as the ban for Fnatic. Maybe you're just feeling like they're not going to have the requisite lockdown for it this game, especially if they want to keep the options open to push the Quap over into a position 4 role. So just gonna get rid of it instead.
Well, though, that's the key thing here. Yeah, he's one of the best ones. Bad, and you've got Amanda, they're 3, but we want to reveal another core at this stage of the draft. Concerning. Well, the Oracles, they're going to make it tough for Fnatic regardless.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a world where Fnatic get forced into like an Abaddon or something. Not a very popular hero, but can be it's the kind of hero that just because of the specialized nature of its kit can kind of always sneak into a draft, even if you didn't think it was really much of a possibility. And Boom, I think this is where they need to maybe mix things up just a little. They also have to give us some more information here, right, about whether is back going to be played as a core, is this just our support duo again? What are we looking at?
Well, I feel like you pick your one here, right? Like your safe lane carry, because that doesn't reveal all too Batrider. You can still pick something that's decent against an Ursa.
Do you feel like there's a one that's good against what's being shown so far? Like, just...
It's hard to say, right? With the potentially like block pick Commander for themselves?
Yeah, I think they could. I don't know what other carry you would be looking at here. If they want the Naga, I think they need to leave it a little later than here. I think it makes it a bit too easy for Fnatic to counterpick if you take it right in this spot. And they're gonna take the Enchantress.
Okay.
Very interesting. Okay, so what are we thinking? I mean, Enchantress is only a support these days, right? So I think this kind of confirms the Batrider as a core.
Could they be holding on to something though? Like, this is the day to reveal all of your cards, essentially.
Maybe.
Right?
Like,
Ench is a weird pick here, right? It's not just me. Like, Quap's got burst. Ursa has a decent amount of attack speed. Sure, you
plus 400 attack speed against what, minus 100 at level.
Yeah. So I would say that normally this does not look like that good of an Enchantress pickup, but maybe it's just, hey, we feel like this hero is strong in lanes. We want the ability to, you know, aggro jungle and take some more towers using the creeps. So that's the plan. And maybe Boom are just going to go for like a full Zeus strat and just try and take a, you know, they've got places to be. They've got a grand finals to play. Let's just take another 20-minute win and go for it. Maybe
that's be a
the
4 Enchantress, right?
Yeah.
If you're this Ursa, what can you? It's a Batrider Enchantress.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know what pick you could go for Fnatic that would salvage that lane necessarily. And you still have to worry, okay, hey, Boom have the last pick for mid, so they're gonna get a counter pick for mid pretty much no matter what. And Fnatic come back with just the Snapfire, so tanky, good damage as a support, but I don't know if I feel like this is it doesn't look like an answer to me, right? It just looks like, okay, this is a solid hero that Fnatic have had pretty good success with.
Riki.
And ooh, that is a nice Riki pick, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think they've got either a 100% or like a 90% win rate with well over 16 to 20 games. It's something that they're really strong with. So does reveal most likely what's going to be their
10
safe lane
seconds
carry,
remaining.
but I think at this stage, when you've got this pretty good matchup, you're not
5
too
seconds
fussed by
remaining.
that.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So the only thing Boom may be lacking a little bit is the building damage, the objective taking, but I feel like that is only really relevant if the enemy team has a way to punish you for it, and so far Fnatic don't really have a whole lot of building taking themselves,
Radiant
right?
team
I feel like it really becomes a problem if there's a big discrepancy between the two teams, and Fnatic just gonna go for an Underlord here. Okay.
Things way down.
Yeah, they've got quite a lot of deep push. I guess just kind of hoping to farm up their Ursa a whole bunch. This is a hero that Size can make a lot of space
remaining.
on, but
5 seconds remaining.
beyond that, not certain. Are we currently thinking? I'm guessing like it's more than likely gonna be Quap 4, but they're gonna keep their options open, maybe just to kind of at least threaten that the Quap could go mid.
Jungle Ursa, let's go.
He's
Toss it in.
gonna be spending a lot of time there. I'm pretty sure based on these lanes. I still feel like the Batrider has not been addressed. Like this is pretty nasty, and their initiation sucks too. On the side of Fnatic, right? You're looking at like Ricky blink smokescreen or a Bat blinking in with a lasso versus what? Blink Yules? Snapfire Ags?
Yeah. I mean, the
Turn to ban.
you're saying the Quap's more likely to be a 4, right? So they need a mid
Yeah.
laner, they need something that has some initiation, but also you can't just be dominated by this Batrider. And so
Yeah.
you would think it needs to be a Yules build. So what really is left in the pool? Spirit potentially, you've Death Prof, yes. Something that Moon plays a fair amount. It gives them a little bit of pushes.
10 seconds
Can
remaining.
potentially put Boom on the clock if they lose a team fight or two.
5 seconds.
What do you think this
remaining.
Dragon Knight ban is about? What are
Honestly, DK is just one of those heroes that across all three teams today, they both pick and ban at a decent amount of time. Probably Boom plays at the least of the three, so they're just wanting to...
right? Okay. Yeah,
Fnatic
I was trying to
turn
read
to
into
pick.
it about like what Boom were thinking about for their mid lane, but the only thing that DK really feels like a counter to in the mid lane is like Quap, and they already have Quap themselves, so I don't know. Well, Fnatic already have Quap. Silencer ban comes out. I guess just
Mid Batrider.
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, it could be. Right,
5
there
seconds.
is that
Radiant
possibility.
team pick.
Fnatic Ogre. Okay.
It has to be.
Yeah, I guess so. And then what? Ogre. What is this Ogre pick about? This Ogre does not seem. Maybe Ogre. I think Ogre has to be
10
in the off
seconds
lane,
remaining.
right? Because I cannot see Ogre Ursa doing anything
5
against
seconds
Enchantress
remaining.
Batrider, right? That lane seems like a you're gonna get 0 CS kind of lane. And I think they need the
Templar
ranged hero
ascends
there.
your hero.
Boom, just gonna go for the TA to round things out, so it gives them some objective taking.
Maybe they were just going for some mind games, realizing that Boom only had about 7 seconds of reserve time left. It's like, let's throw something out of left field and see how they respond.
Right, just force it. Alright, well, there's nothing too crazy about Fnatic's lineup. Again, maybe this little bit of an issue with the lockdown situation.
Hyde's playing his position 4 Witch Doctor again, so Cascute not going to be picking it up. I'm liking the set on Hyde, has to be said, but I'm still waiting for the Sun and Gun. That's
Yeah, that's what we're all waiting for. That's gonna be in the surprise bonus in the collector's cache this year. That's what we're all hoping for. Or maybe it'll be the ultra rare in Immortal 3. Who knows?
Who knows? I'm holding out hope. Ice Frog, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Maybe just me and Kip. It'll be an exclusive
Yeah,
set
nice.
for
Like,
us.
exclusive. Well, I feel like I just got boomed again here.
Got boomed? He boomed you?
Yeah, he boomed me. I've been, I don't know, Fnatic. Maybe there's.
They're very tanky on Fnatic. It has to be said. Other than the
Yeah. I feel like this Underlord has to make a lot of space. Like I feel like his lane actually has to go pretty well here. And things happen that way.
for the maybe Rousey.
You know, we'll just have to see.
Sentry? Not just yet. So obviously coming up against the TA, you're able to use that meld to get out a lot of the damage coming through Shadow Strike. So he's definitely soon.
So it is just DJ playing the snap, and he is just going to be in the off lane. So I am very curious to see how this. I don't know. Maybe Fnatic will be able to like force some kills up here at top somehow with the ignite and just getting an oov but I don't know. It seems so unlikely to me against the sticky, against the even whether it's the Witch Doctor or the Enchantress. I feel like they're both gonna have. They would both have a great time up here.
Yeah, they're really strong laners, and you can be tanky as hell, but Maledict eventually starts ticking for a lot larger.
Yeah, I really feel like Fnatic need to somehow open up the map, but it's not easy for them. Right? Like they need two different lanes that the Quap can the Quap and the Underlord can just keep pushing to the enemy tier 2s and then kind of escape. And I feel like that's how they, then maybe they can buy time for the Ursa, and you get this like 4-slotted Ursa, and he becomes the strongest hero in the game, and that's how you win this one if you're Fnatic. But I don't feel like it's immediately obvious how you take out these tier 1s to open up that area of the map for the kind of split pushing to happen. Maybe they just have to win their lanes. We'll have to see if the Ogre and the Snapfire come through. They are definitely 10 times stronger as laning heroes than the Oracle and the Bounty Hunter were in the previous game.
Yes, absolutely. Just able to put so much more pressure on, even just through the slow harass, and all the tips starting to come out.
Was he even do anything? He wasn't chat wheeling or anything. Makoto started it off, and everyone just dogpiled.
Yeah. We're good. So we thinking boom again 2-0, or
yeah,
I'm gonna be able to call it?
I'm thinking boom again. I'm thinking we might have a break between this series and the grand finals. I'm not actually sure what the situation is going to be scheduling wise. I imagine that they're just going to be either playing to the. If we're early, then we'll probably play to the schedule. If we're behind schedule, then they'll probably just give them like 20 minutes or something and go. But anyway, it's in the future. We're of course all cheering to have as much Dota as possible, but this is. I like Boom's draft.
Yes, it's a good start for Fnatic though. They've been able to snag 3 of the bounties.
Mm-hmm.
Some good aggressive positioning. That's one of having this Ogre Magi, of course. Such great regen to start the game, as well as 7 armor. There's gonna take him down.
So Boom are opting to run a little bit of an aggro tri-lane here. I don't know if are they trying to keep the Riki away from the Underlord? Is that a difficult matchup for the Riki? Or
I think it depends.
What's this about?
If they run something aggressive into it, I suppose you do. But the Pit of Malice can give you that extra little bit of lockdown that you need to sell. It just makes farm, and I feel like Riki comes online a lot faster than his other cores, so you want to make sure he's got that good early game.
And Mood is getting, he's copping some side blades here on the mid lane. Makoto really giving him a hard time with this one.
Business.
Yep, and now the deny is coming up as well, so Moon's gonna have to be careful with that. Makoto going pretty deep. Whoa, Fairy Fire getting forced out. All right, here comes the salve, but that means no opportunity to get any of these CS, and Makoto just going around. He knows that he is crushing his mid lane right now.
Are we going to fight or what?
Yeah, this is pretty nasty. I kind of want to keep my eyes mid for a little bit more, but we'll quickly check in on the side lanes, perhaps. Maybe you can go be the sideline reporter for a second, and we'll keep watching how this mid lane goes.
All right. I think it should be okay now that they've moved away from that tri lane, so probably.
Yeah. Oh, Makoto, the master tier Templar Assassin player is definitely showing up in this situation. Well, I said that maybe the one way that things go well for Fnatic is if Moon pops off, but yeah, it ain't looking good so far, folks. This is the Makoto show so far. Oh.
It just keeps going.
All right, so what he missed, refraction gone. He's so good at like the micro positioning to get the side blades every time. That's their second salve already. And Wave getting pushed into the tower. 15-6 against 4-2.
I know it's a little unconventional to do it at this stage, but do you want to just pop it over to the net worth and see where Quap is?
Yeah. Oh lordy. Well, that's what happens when you have to buy regen like this.
Reign of pain.
Good.
Yeah, we'll switch it back for a second. Yeah, Savage getting run out of the lane currently. FBZ gonna take some damage on the way back. How is top lane going? Ice at least has some CS, but he is the one bright spot for the team currently. Anyway, Moon's getting something now, but level 4 versus level 3. He's about to get his level 4 under the tower. But man, he's just not getting any of this. I think you should get this one. All right, nice. Whip it real good.
What's he got? Is he some regen? Yeah, a mango and a salve, just trying to get experience. I think he's resigned himself to that fact.
Yeah, no, I don't think he can afford to ditch the lane, even for a second. Makoto just. Oh my god, this is. Oh, and the side blades as well. Oh, is he dead?
Oh.
All right, Jabs is being called in. They're like, please secure the rune. Don't let him get a regen or whatever. Moon salve number 3 coming in. Bottle is just a distant dream currently.
Too much damage.
Shouldn't there be
He's so good at just using like the one creep to. Oh wait, okay, is DJ getting a kill here? Hyde got blocked in a little bit. Savage is dead under the tower. At least Hyde's gonna go down. DJ picking that up. So 1-for-1 kill trade across the map.
I'm really liking that timing from Boom, right? He's like, well, you're getting bodied in mid lane and forcing your support out. Batrider against Ursa. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, enjoy, friend. Oh, oh, he did it! He's got Makoto with the side blades.
Oh, he knows.
Oh my, he absolutely knows, right? He's just like
under attack.
Well, and Savage getting run out again. 3 stacks. Ogre coming down here now. All right, so Jab's looking to help out. DJ kind of getting gone on a little bit. Kez cute, just grabbing a couple of jungle creeps, so they can't really pressure Ice too much up here. He's at least getting some farm, but I don't know. The problem is that what is the Underlord gonna do? He's not gonna rotate and make plays and fix any of these other lanes, right? He's just gonna be Underlord and defend towers. So I don't see where the game really starts changing for Fnatic.
Just acting as that deep push right now. I think the one redeeming factor now is that they were able to get at least that sentry ward down, so be able to just L dodge. Not that he's even needed to.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even have it yet. What's happening? All right, the cavalry's getting called in. Jabs and DJ are on the way. Makoto, are you really gonna? Okay, he's backing up. He knows that they're here, so
yeah. They nearly got the instant D ward off on that observer ward placed by Jabs as he rotated through, but he was smart enough to actually just deny his own observer ward to stop the gold and experience going on high.
Okay, well, still 41-12 against 13-5, and Makoto just takes a little second to go farm a camp while the supports are looking at mid, and now he's straight back to side-blading Moon in the face, who is just going to blink away. Hyde coming over, quickly capping the outpost.
I get this observer ward.
Oh man, these D wards are so brutal. These are like, what, 2 full duration wards? So now there's just 0 vision on the map for Fnatic whatsoever. And what's Moon doing? Well, he got forced back again. Still does not have bottle. 6.5 minutes into the game, he's just blinking his way back to the well. Makoto's taking the mid tier 1 tower already.
Oh
Half
man.
HP.
I mean, the strength of having these comfort heroes, right? Master tier TA, like you mentioned, not too much against that, and realizing that I don't think a ton of people understand quite how the side blades work. Right? It's where you're standing when it hits, not when you use it. So you can actually, you know, throw your attack out and then move to make sure that the side blade splat.
Yeah, the micro spacing that he was showing on this mid lane was just insane. Kez cute, just continuing to jungle up over on the Dire side, so the Enchantress is going to get some pretty good farm that way. Boom definitely with the lead currently. 23 Savage now swapping over to top lane. But Dream is all, I think, looking to pressure, and Hyde's already up here. So they're not going to let 23 Savage just do whatever he wants, and they know that he doesn't have a TP, so they're just going to go on him. He does have the Enrage and some stick charges to survive a little bit longer, and they're not going to let him farm up here. Ogre runs up, but what is he really going to accomplish? Okay.
Person getting any form of SIS right now, and he's still not in a position to take these team fights. 700 feet away from the mech. The Arcane Room, which is going to be pretty damn handy for himself with those Firestorms.
Yeah, so are they just hoping to park the Underlord mid now, and then maybe free up Moon to like go and jungle a little bit with these 3-point Scream of Pain, or... ISIS getting, you know, shoved away from top. They're giving that over to 23 Savage, and they are giving good farm to DJ. Maybe that's the one bright spot a little bit here for Fnatic.
When he walked back into the lane with full HP, took 2 side blades, and he was on like 1/3.
Oof. Kodo almost clearing this tower up for free. Kez Cute was even looking for a little bit of a wraparound. Well, ISIS with the Arcane Rune is turning out to be the savior of the day here on mid, but not what you want to be doing, investing this many resources against the TA, who is 74-17 against the 34-6 of the Clop.
74-17, also has a triple stack of Ancients.
Is DJ dead?
Up for him.
Dreamcell, Tricks of the Trade, Moon trying to soak it. Dreamcell with another blink is going to go for it, and now he's under the tower and out of sight. Looks like he should be okay.
Dire's structures are fortified.
FBZ's even thinking about just going for this. Damage onto Ice. TP getting forced out from Jabs. Needs to get out of the Firefly. Is he going to snipe this courier on the way out as well? Dreamcell's like, sure.
Has fallen.
Dire's
courier has been killed.
Everything's going Boom's way, man.
Yeah.
Tower is under attack.
Can we please get some, you know what's cooking, Boom chat wheels? That my kingdom for some Boom chat wheels right now. TA is enormous. Oh my god. He
realizes how tanky he is. I mean, Jabsy's going to come over and fire blast him just to make sure that they get some form of experience, and maybe all of it. Hyde disrupts it, but he's going to pay with his life.
Yeah, FBZ's here to help, so looks like he's going to be all right. There's a double damage in the river, so
fine for Dreamcell to pick it up. It doesn't all have to go to the TA.
Yeah, well, I mean, Makoto's going to have like a, what, 12-minute deso or something? Oh, no, there's an Ancient stack. Hold that thought. It might even be a little faster than that.
Is under attack.
Dreamcell. Ooh, they want Moon in mid. He does already have the point in the smoke screen, so able to keep him locked down. Moon going to try and run out of it, but he's just taking so much damage. Gets brought down, and he is having an absolutely miserable game. Well, do they have Makoto dead? He just TP'd.
Dire's
That was it.
structures are fortified.
See you later, boys.
And here comes the turnaround. Trouble for DJ, because Qt also running forward. Big slow, big damage. One touch from Dream Cell. This DD is cleaning house. And Boom are completely running away with this game. I don't know. Ice is trying to do Underlord things and just run at waves and TP out, but what's it gonna matter, really?
He's doing everything that he can. He's creating some space for
Is he
Savage
gonna bounce
now.
back to Savage? He's got the Enrage.
No.
Dream Cell's chasing. All right. Well, TP out is gonna be successful, but
He'll pop.
no way in the fountain. Yeah. It's only it's 3 points Maledict.
I think the Enrage soaked up 2 of the ticks, so...
Yep. Well, Mortimer's Kiss is on cooldown for 50 seconds. Moon just desperately trying to grab a little bit of farm up top. But TA just about to grab this Deso in a second.
Bounty.
Well, Fnatic, if they're going to come back in this game, it is going to be a very long road. Though, you look at this, the win probability has been favoring Fnatic this entire time, which is ridiculous to me. But we'll see what happens as those metrics start to shift. FBZ has gone a little greedy, has just opted for the BOTs first, but he's also having a pretty good game.
Maybe when this Deso actually gets delivered, be like, oh right, this is what he's been buying.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Because
tower is under
I guess
attack.
they've got like a Sonic Wave that they can use, and they are about to take this bottom tier 1, which is certainly good news for Fnatic. And the Underlord should be able to continue slowing down the pace of this game
Radiant's bottom
for
tower
quite a
is
while,
under
but
attack.
I don't know. I don't know how they
Dire's
deal
top
with the
tower
Ricky
has
and the everybody jumping on their faces and no save and they just die.
Radiant's
Like whoever
bottom
gets
tower
smokescreen
has
just
fallen.
dies. Whoever gets lassoed just dies.
Yeah.
So long as Makoto is careful with his positioning and just make sure to play for the Blink BKB, I don't know if this TA is ever going to die this game. So
I mean, it enables Dreamer Cell to farm this aggressively, right? He's 10 now. He's anything into his talents just yet, not wanting the 20 attack speed, but with that, he's got his Diffusal Blade coming out to him as well, so he's going to start becoming active on the map.
yeah, he is.
13 minutes.
He is going to be an absolute terror. At least Fnatic, they got some dust picked up around the place.
Just roshing, man.
All right.
Radiant
Why not?
are
What can you do?
Scanning.
Not a whole lot with the state that the game is in right now, so there you go. Oh, Ice is running over. Wants to do something about it. Jabs is also coming. They've got this Dark Troll Summoner ready.
Found him.
It's not dead just yet. Makoto actually dropping a little low here. This is trouble. Here comes the Meld. Sonic Wave not into the pit. Actually, they pick up the Aegis. Wait, he just lasso and TP out. FBZ's fine. Jabs comes in to try and do something to the Templar Assassin. Gets hit by a Meld Strike to the face. Down he goes. They lost Ice on the back lines. Oh, Lord.
I suppose not really understanding maybe quite how low Makoto was, but if that Sonic Wave went into the pit, I think they could
Oh, yeah.
probably gotten the kill onto the TA
And the
gotten
Roche.
the Roche kill
Yeah.
and got the Aegis. So
Yeah.
just little things like that would
Yeah.
maybe turn things back around in their favor. Dota Plus has finally realized, oh wait, they've actually got some item
Hold up.
timing.
Yeah. And now a 6k lead in Boom's favor.
Dire's
And they
top
even managed to
tower
keep that
is under
Aegis
attack.
intact as they now just go for an immediate smoke. Looking to make a play, keep the pressure up with their defusal. No reason not to.
Yeah.
Oh, Moon, are you just going to be dead again here? They haven't spotted him just yet. They see Jabs. Team going to take the high ground. All right,
Jabs
now
should
they
break
see
it.
him. And, well, jump in. Can they keep him locked down in position? Knock him back into the smoke screen. Very nicely done. Jab's going to try for the TP out. It's not fast enough. And they're going to come in and swipe those bounties as well. Ice trying to go and grab the top ones, but FBZ is already on the case. And Hyde also TPing up here.
He's got his last
Ice was under a ward a little earlier. He might just be dead.
So travel and the Faded Brooch and the Windlace means that Fly already moving at about 445. I think that goes up to around 500 pops.
I'll take that.
Yeah. And Ice just has no choice but to do this, right? He has to just pop the Dark Rift and push the wave out. 23 Savage, they are not going to let him just sit and farm. He is making good progress towards the Battle Fury, but even that is not going to be an item that massively turns this game necessarily. It's going to take a little while for him to farm up after that to really be all that scary. Can you get this stack? Oh, Jabs aggroed it for a second, so look. Not going to happen.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I know it's not a common thing to do when you're not coming up against something like a Phoenix or a Cod, but...
Oh. Yep. Kodo getting gone on. Is going to lose the Aegis shortly here, it looks like. All right. It's life number 1. Team's coming over to help for life number 2. FBZ already in position just to protect. Makoto getting gone on. Mortimer's Kiss is raining down. FBZ still has the last one, not using it just yet. They're going to wait out this Enrage, it looks like. 23 Savage now the target with the Death Ward as well. Walking straight into the smoke screen behind. Jabs already losing a lot of life. This Ricky illusion giving them all the vision that they need to maybe continue this dive. A little low, but all right, here comes Dreamcell. Cleans up one. Moon gonna go for the blink away. Makoto does have his blink available, but also doesn't want to get hit by the Pit of Malice underneath the tier 2 tower, so gonna play it safe.
It felt like the Bloodlusted Tower did more damage than anyone on Fnatic that fight. You know, it was the only thing really holding back the all-out onslaught, and even without using the lasso, able to take down the Ursa as well as tanky Ogre Magi.
Oh, SSI's running in. Makoto able to just get the blink away. Couldn't get to those refraction charges fast enough.
Oh, Moon's gonna die in base, I think. Oh, no.
Oh, he's getting the tips. He's getting the business this game. Oh, they're gonna go in. Cast bouncing. Jabs, I think, just gonna tank the gank a little bit. Trying to group them up here on the choke point, but they just drop down the smoke screen and walk away. Makoto in a little bit of danger. They do have a dust on him, so he can't just meld up. Looks like he is gonna be brought down. Nicely done by Savage, but Boom still looking for this turnaround. Dreamcell, the big damage dealer, and godlike streak for him. Make it beyond godlike, perhaps. No, it's a triple kill for Hyde instead. They lose the big TA, but Boom still have plenty of strength beyond that.
That's so crazy. At the end of the day, the TA only had 1 kill before that, so Fnatic don't even get a kill streak going in their favor.
Yep. 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 There's some Dota going on here, but it feels like it's mostly Dota being played by Boom, and Fnatic, well, they're trying. They're working towards the Ags on the Snapfire. Ursa's got his Battle Fury, but just where is he going to have room to farm, right? They've lost all their tier 1 towers. Dreamcell is just charging around everywhere, finding kills. He stalks his prey on the mid lane.
So Boom's playing Dota. What Fnatic playing?
I don't know.
Some Pendragon Dota? Is that what it is?
Maybe they've been playing too much Valorant. Maybe.
Possible.
Look at it go!
No, I don't even want to take away from Fnatic. I just feel like Boom have played this game so well so far. Like, and this whole series, drafting really on point, play really on point. Fnatic just it seemed like they came in with a particular plan against Boom, and Boom have already moved one step beyond that. Oh, trouble for Moon in mid. Essence Ring is going to help him out a little bit. FBZ still chasing. Not this same story again.
He'll be fine.
All right, he'll be okay this time.
Got the mech this time around.
He's living.
I don't think Boom even care about maintaining this outpost on their side of the map. They're like, all right, well, we're just going to go ahead and take towers, because why not? We've got the ability to push. We've got this early Desolator, and then if anyone moves out of position, we've got this aggressive vision that means that the TA is just going to jump.
I really don't think you can afford to have the worst lanes as the first pick team.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Because you need to have better side lanes as the first pick team, because you're never going to have the better mid lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So the fact that they've just Jabs didn't even need to interrupt that TP. Death is a perfectly good interrupt.
Oh, and the chat wheels as well. Kezcute, it's just not fair, he says to the rest of Fnatic. 12k net worth lead at the 20-minute mark.
FBZ just saying hello to Ice, who is taking a lot of damage before he TP's out, but will not be brought down. All right, what's the next item timing for Fnatic? Underlord is going. I mean, this is the problem with Underlord as a hero. You don't buy items that do things, right? You just buy like tanky items and you keep walking down lanes, and that's kind of it. He had an Atos queued up for a little bit there. They're gonna drag Moon into the waiting arms of Dreamacell, who's got more than enough damage, beyond godlike streak for him. I feel like we understated it when we said this is looking like a good Riki game. A little bit of a catch out. Makoto getting gone on. They're not interrupting his blink though. They're just going to go for Hyde instead, who will get cleaned up. But Ice already half HP. They're going to cookie him back to the team. Jab's waiting here on the front lines, ready with a Fire Blast in case Makoto tries to go deep. But he's got a Refraction and he's got the BKB now delivered. So it might actually be Fnatic who needs to be careful.
BKB, Blink, Deso at the 21-minute mark. Way too much to deal with right now. I guess with the Underlord, what you were saying before, it's like he is kind of like a support even in the offlane, not necessarily in the form of his farm, but just what he does, right? He enables the cores to be able to do something, but this mid game went for, especially, just not looking very good at all. He's going for these smaller items just to be able to try and survive and make some kind of impact, but about an Urn of Shadows, they've only got 3 kills up to this point.
Yeah, and the Underlord is never going to make flashy plays either, right? Like, I get it from the perspective of like, okay, it's an annoying hero and Ice is really good at making space, but that only matters, like you're saying, if you're enabling somebody else to do something. And right now, the 2 big cores on Fnatic are just not in a position to make things happen. The Ursa is farming well. He does have 11.1k net worth. And I'll put the 0.1 in there as well, just to make it seem like things are going a little better, but they are still just so far behind currently.
Yeah, and even, with this map domination, you've got someone like FBZ who's just farming up in the Tri-Camp area. Again, they luck out with another double damage coming through. Koda's going to pick it up this time in his bottle.
Oh my god, and he's got Imp Claw as well? Oh lordy. Do you just wait for it? FBZ, alright, who are they going for? Jabs, is he going to try and sacrifice himself? 23 Savage just going to go for the enrage. Oh, they got him! I mean, it's not going to last very long, but he's still going to be dead. Makoto, well, gotcha. Say goodbye to both of your lives on Fnatic, and now Boom can just converge mid. They are running straight into like a heavily warded area on Fnatic, so this is not a safe place to be, really. And here come the Divide pings are from DJ, but it has not been very Divide Dota for Fnatic.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, even the staff of wizardry being destroyed on the courier for Moon, so his timing's going to be delayed even further. He was getting so close to that Yule Scepter just to be able to provide that little bit of extra survive. He's got the Essence Ring too, which is nice, but just feels like this Riki's going to be able to pop him every single team fight.
TP's down. Ice on the case once again, looking to spam things out, but not really able to provide that much of a catch. DJ still working his way towards the Ag Scepter, and maybe once they've got that with the Gobble Up, they have a little bit more initiation that they can make use of. But
it's wishful thinking, it's gotta say. I mean, Roche is up in 10 seconds as well, so you would think that maybe Boom are going for that timing. I guess probably hoping for a pickoff before they went for it. They might have been a little bit spooked about how the first one went.
So, okay, how much of Boom crushing this early game like this is draft, and how much of it is play?
I mean, TA is always a little bit favored over the QoP, just because you're forcing him to use some sort of net worth, or at least the supports, to get that detection that you need to try and harass out with the Shadow Strike. He didn't even need to. That's how dominant Makoto was in the early game there. So right. I don't think that could be put down 100% to the draft. It's just giving one of your best players their comfort heroes, and has to be said, the side lane's not going fantastically either. Jab's dying 7 times as Ogre Magi. So definitely not the sort of impact that you want from one of these durable supports. So I think the draft we were thinking was a bit more favorable for Boom, but it's a combination of both. Execution as well has brought them to this dominant of a...
This Riki has just popped off this game. It has turned out to be a very, very good Tricky game. Maybe if there was a little bit more catch, he could get a little bit more punished. Boom looking for a smoke, hoping for a jump. This is a dangerous place to be fighting. Fnatic with a good choke point here that they can play around, but there is a ward up on the high ground now. They're going to go for the jump onto the Underlord first. Can they pop him? Silence onto the Ursa. Jabs. They have split up a little bit on the side of Boom. Makoto doesn't currently have a target, so they are looking at Dreamacell in the backlines. He's got to blink back to his team. Hyde waiting there with the heals, and even with not the best initiation from Boom, and not maybe the best target selection, they're still cleaning up this fight, no problem. Ogre running forward. FBZ still diving a little deeper, looking for 23 Savage. They find one more outside of the base. That's Moon dead. And they don't even need to execute very well at this point with a 17k lead to just walk all over Fnatic.
0, 6, and 0 from Moon is not something that he would be happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They're able to force out the glyph. Maybe that'll give them time to say, well, we can pick up some of these bounty runes. We can go take the Roshan. We've got the cheese as well this time around. And, I mean, I think once Dreamacell picks up his BKB, if the game goes that long, that'll be the real time where it's just going to be too much for Fnatic to deal with.
And at this point, it does feel like Boom could just kind of grind out the map to a 40k lead if they wanted to, and like just end the game that way. Oh, Fnatic smoking up. Dreamacell, I think, gonna break the smoke, but he leaves the illusion here as well, so they're gonna waste a couple of spells on that. Dire scanning. Boom in a good position to protect the Roche. They're just gonna let Makoto go to work over in the pit while everybody else is kind of covering all these angles.
He wishes he had 5 more XP for that Melt Dispel or the armor reduction, but you should get it from this Roche kill. And thankfully enough, 23 Savage, he's going to be able to pick up the double damage rune. Quite the legs to hop up onto the high ground though with his Earthshock.
So what's he going for? He's just going BKB.
I think he realizes that obviously Boom are going to press their advantage right now, so he just needs to give them any form of team fight potential.
Yeah, and he needs the BKB to get the ultimate off, right? Against the smoke screen. So. It says hi to Dreamacell, does some decent damage there. Rest of Boom is moving into position. Makoto a little bit light in the mana department, but he does have a couple of mangoes coming in a second. I don't believe they have a mango tree currently. I haven't even checked neutral items at all this game. I don't even... Well, we got an Essence Ring that nobody is using currently. But the Imp Claw for the TA, very nice. The Vambrace for the Ricky, very nice. And now we've got ourselves some tier 3 items coming out, though it might only be Boom getting tier 3 items for a little bit here.
I think at this stage of the game, though, you do really need to go for these aggressive plays. Like, you're 20k down. They know how far behind they are, so you need to try and give yourself any sort of small advantage to try and get back into this game, and that's what Savage is going for.
Yeah, they're not going to. Yeah, they're not going to farm their way back into this one for sure. So, lasso already. Dragon Ice all the way back into the waiting damage. It's just too much. He's getting cleaned. And now with the Underlord dead, nothing to really defend these objectives.
There we go. He's got his BKB.
Well, the Bloodlusted Tower is useful, but it's still getting cleaned up.
It's going to be
Hyde
so hard
keeping
for
the creep
Savage.
wave going. And say goodbye to Jabs. 2 hits. He's gone. Here comes the Mortimer's Kisses. They've already found out DJ. Dreamacell just going to hop backwards into the smoke screen. Buyback coming in. Boom. Continuing to reevaluate. Dreamacell still has the cheese. Trouble for Moon. Going to heal himself for a second. But it's straight down into the smoke screen. Straight into his death. Still beyond godlike for Dreamacell. Savage popping all of his cooldowns. Looking for Makoto. But just gets cleaned up. And he's still living. Yeah, Ursa down for 60 seconds and took them a minute or two longer in game number 2, but what a show of force for Boom.
Yeah, what a show of force. Even Kezcute, he's got a Hurricane Pike on him, so as soon as that Ursa ran in, trying to make the biggest impact with his BKB coming through, he just uses the Force Staff back on him, pushes him back towards his fountain, and really nothing happens.
Well, Fnatic still holding. I mean, I guess worth it to play this one out until the very end, but just not sure where any kind of turnaround potential is really going to come from. Boom still hanging around. Makoto swapping items out just to get some mana back as Dreamacell completely holding in the bottom wave. There's no pressure. Yep. Well,
FPZ is going.
That's walking forward. All right, Moon jumping in, bit of damage onto FPZ, forced to have himself back. Ice cookied in. As this paralyzing cast bouncing around everywhere. Actually gets a decent lockdown, but Boom just playing the objective. Makoto going for that for now. I have to give Boom some props for, you know, not getting ahead of themselves, just grinding out this win. They've got their sights set on the grand finals. 23 Savage coming forward onto Makoto. Decent chain stun. BKB getting popped. Still has the enraged. Dreamcell gonna keep on fighting. They're waiting for Makoto to come back with life number 2. Ice already dead. No buyback available for him. Makoto needs to be careful, but he does have the refraction now. DJ trying to clean it up, but he's got the BKB running. So Boom just gonna keep on chasing forward. DJ next to die. Moon with the Sonic Wave looking for something. Can he even get hide? At least he can manage that kill. Buyback. 23 Savage TPing into the backlines does bring down Makoto. Pretty nice for him. 500 gold. And Boom just gonna have to reset perhaps. Dreamcell thinking about going back in. Can they actually clean up this kill on 23 Savage? He's got the enrage, jumping forward onto FBZ, does just barely manage to force staff himself outside of the base. Dreamcell, he's being dusted up, but he's still got the Manta, gonna turn around and actually just look for the kill instead. Throws down the smoke screen now, still waiting. Checking out the inventories. Moon comes over, gets the scream off, so Dreamcell just gonna jump back to his team, and they will take their leave for now, but Fnatic's base in tatters.
Yeah. At the cost of a Melierax, and there's 2 or 3 buybacks coming through as well. I was thinking maybe DJ should have gone for that desperate play and even sold his Tranquil Boots and Soul Ring just so you could try and get that initiation with the Ag Scepter. He was about 600 away and wasn't in any sort of position to use the Scatter Blast to try and pick up some last hits.
Which doctor?
Yeah. At this point, it doesn't really feel like it matters how well Fnatic play the fights, right? Well, not the last are coming in.
See you, Quap.
Dreamcell. Dead.
Gotcha.
85 seconds on the sideline.
Yeah, and they're just waiting for their TA to respawn so she can TP out to this mid-tier 1 tower that's still alive and just come walking into the Dire base. Dreamcell's still just fighting Ice. Cookie's gonna get him outside of the smoke screen. He's not presenting his back, so Dreamcell's damage getting reduced a little bit, but it's still enough. 23 Savage running forward. And where is Makoto's just heading top. This is some objective-based gaming from Makoto.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Where are you going?
23 Savage taking whatever farm he can find. That's the first neutral creep he's seen for like 8 minutes probably. But Dreamcell jumping in, jabs the next target. Once again, gonna turn around and try and fight the Riki just to live a little bit longer, but he gets cleaned up. And finally, GG gets called out from Fnatic. That is the end of their run here in the BTS Pro Series for SCA. And we have our grand final sorted. It's Boom versus Geek Fam.
It is Boom versus Geek Fam. When Fnatic won their series the other day against, who did they knock out? They knocked out Neon. The response at the end with that big game with the Wraith King Ags was CSGO. Well, Fnatic, they've got plenty of time for some CSGO now that they don't have to play the grand finals anymore. But what a performance.